Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing great. It's GalJ007 here, bringing you another mobile game that I just started playing. I can't get enough of these games, guys. If you guys know me, I am a big fan of card games, such as Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and of course Magic the Gathering, the old school card games. I started playing Magic the Gathering back in 2009. And if you haven't played it, you should check it out. It's a really fun game. It can get expensive, of course, but you know, it is what it is, just like any card game. But today we want to talk about this new game that just came out. I want to say it just came out. I actually don't know. I just found out about it. But it's called Magic the Gathering Slingers. So essentially this follows the Magic the Gathering franchise, where it has monsters, spells, artifacts, planeswalkers, which are your spell slingers, and you can unlock them after you've unlocked a key. So for one key, you can unlock one spell slinger. You do start with one. I want to say that you automatically start with Chandra, which is the girl that you see here, but you can also choose Chandra, Gideon, Liliana, Jace, Nissa, of course, and then Ajani, my favorite guy. We have Kiora, Angrath, and then Vivian. I like her as well. I want to say Soren. Oh no, this is somebody else. This is Drizzt. I have no idea who that is. Is this Soren? So this is Soren. This is Domri. I like Domri as well. And then Kaya. We have Vraska, pretty cool looking one. Nahiri, Ral, of course the villain Teferi. He's not a villain. He just, everybody hates him. And then Ashiok so far. So I'm hoping that they do add more. We do have Nico Bolas, and then the Wanderer, and a lot of other ones that are not presently here yet. But essentially you do get to choose, you start with Chandra, I assume, and then you get to choose another one, because as soon as you finish the tutorial, you have enough to get one key. And again, with that key, you will be able to unlock new planeswalkers. Now, let's talk a little bit more about those planeswalkers themselves. Each of them start the game with an ability. Each ability is different. But essentially, Chandra's here, I want to say, is probably the weakest, in my opinion, so far, out of the ones that I've unlocked. But you just torch, which is before the game even starts, you automatically deal 4 damage to your opponent. Most of the planeswalkers start with at least 20 life, so knocking them down to 16, it seems like a lot, but I honestly feel like that's the weakest one, because it's a one-time deal. You deal 4 damage and that's it. So if they have anywhere of gaining life, your ability literally does absolutely nothing. And then each of the planeswalkers, except for Nissa, allows you to add 6 cards of a second color. So just one color. You choose red and white, red and black, red and blue, red and green, and that's it. But Nissa, if you guys take a look here at Nissa, which I haven't unlocked, her World Waker ability actually allows you to choose 6 cards of any colors. So that's pretty cool, that Nissa, being the green planeswalker, tapping into the land's mana, allows you to choose creatures, so you can choose the best creatures out of each color. But again, you can only have 6 cards. Everything else has to be green. The decks consist of 30 cards. Your planeswalker or your spell slinger is always kind of on the side, and then those abilities trigger. If you want to take a look here at Gideon, he has the lead the charge. So every time you attack with 3 creatures, which happens more often than you think, every time you attack with 3 creatures, he automatically joins that attack as a 4/4, so you're attacking for an additional 4. And then again, the splash of colors, you do have 6 cards. Each of the planeswalkers does have like key cards, kind of highlighting the abilities that the deck is supposed to have. So armor, and then at the bottom it tells you blocks incoming damage and breaks. It doesn't. You don't have to really be blocking. You can be attacking into a monster, and if they block, that you also use the armor. So essentially, you prevent damage once, and it does break. Although there are cards that allow you to get more armor. This one, debut. So that's debut is when he enters the battlefield. You add a random white creature that costs 2 or less to your hand. It is random. It could be, I want to say it has to be white. It doesn't say, oh yeah, it says white, yes. And then this one is, of course, give a friendly creature armor and give Gideon +1/+1 for the rest of the game, which is not too bad. So again, each card, each Planeswalker does have its unique ability. And this one, Liliana, I just gotta say, this is probably the most broken card, the most broken Planeswalker here. Essentially, Grave Ambition. So after you return a creature from your graveyard, either to your hand or to the field, which there's cards that do both, you give it a +1/+1 for the rest of the game, and you heal yourself for 1. So like I was saying with Chandra, you know, you have this Planeswalker here that kind of heals herself. So it kind of defeats the purpose of doing that 4 damage, because 4 damage is not... It's a lot, but it's not that much in reality. Now, her ability, the reason I say she's the most broken, is because a lot of her starting deck has these creatures that have Relentless. And I know Relentless is not a keyword in the actual Magic the Gathering, so this is just a new keyword. But essentially, after this leaves your graveyard, you double its power, right? So, with Relentless, what it does is you resummon this with can't block the first time it dies. So, if we have a 4-drop here with a 4/2, you block or you attack and they block, they destroy Liliana's Goliath, and he comes back. I think he comes back usually as a 10/3. He can't block anymore, but he comes back. You gain life. He gets a +1/+1, and then it doubles its power. So not all, but a lot of her cards do have Relentless, which it's just you're getting double the creatures for just that 1 mana investment, or the original mana investment. Sorry, and I just feel like that's a little unfair, because all the other Planeswalkers, their creatures die and that's it. Although again, you can splash 6 cards of Liliana, really Relentless, and every Planeswalker has the ability to do that, but hers come back stronger. And although they can't block, they can definitely attack. Draft, essentially, you choose 1 of 3 random cards that are presented to you, but you draft a zombie from your graveyard and summon it. So, I don't know, like, I feel like her ability is probably overpowered. They may nerf it in the future. I hope not. I hope they just kind of play with it a little bit more. But I don't know. Like, I haven't even looked at all the other ones. But out of the 3, I will say that Liliana is probably the better one. My deck, if I want to show you guys, I did decide to go with green-black. And I actually unlocked this land. So every deck does start with a basic land. The basic land just, it doesn't really do anything. Honestly, I don't really know what the land is for. Maybe in the future there's other cards that matters whether you have a basic card or not. But this is a rare. Actually, this is a mythic. No, yeah, rares are blue. I think this is epic. So basically, on turn 7, if you get it that far, you have a 30% chance of just randomly getting a zombie to your hand. You just add it, and then you can play it. So 30% chance. The odds, of course, you know, it's 1 in 4 chances essentially, because the third chance will be a 90%, so you still not guarantee it. But essentially, every 4 turns, you're guaranteed at least a zombie that goes to your hand. I don't know how to change it, but essentially, this is Finale. Finale just means when it dies, you mill a creature from your opponent's deck. I think it's at random. Oh, mill the top card of the deck in the graveyard. Okay. Then we have Decay. This is, again, it's a 1-drop. 1/1 zombie comes back as a 2/2 for free, again. These are traps, so it does have spell and trap cards. Trap cards are funny here. Essentially, you pay the 1 and you kind of set up the trap, but if your opponent doesn't trigger the trap, it goes back to your hand, and then you have to repay the cost in order to set up that trap again. The other thing to note is that each deck can only contain 2 copies of each card and only 1 copy of a legendary card. This probably has been one of my favorite cards just because it's so good. Eldritch Tutor. You draft a mythic card. It can be any color because mana colors don't really matter in this game. But I've gotten some really powerful cards just for 2 mana. There's not a lot of discard, so you playing it on turn 2 is fine. Actually, I don't even think I've seen any discard. Maybe one or two cards. But yeah, it's crazy the stuff that you can get with that one. But essentially, again, 2 cards of the original, non-mythic. You can have two of each card. And again, land doesn't matter. So there are artifacts like this, and it has 3 charges. You kind of press and hold. And I'll show that in a later video. But you can do this at any time. I don't recommend you do it the same turn that you play it, just because you're probably not going to have mana and you're going to give your opponent a land. You want to do this the turn after. There are cards that, of course, do destroy artifacts and so on, but I don't know. It's easier to just play it and keep it there. But anyways, that's enough about the Planeswalkers. Just wanted to give you a little brief idea on that. Let's go back over here so I can show you guys other things. So right here on your left side of the screen, you will see the key. After you win matches or you open packs, that goes up a little bit. And again, every time you fill it up, you get a key. And with 1 key, you can unlock new Planeswalkers, which gives you access to new cards. So right here's the main screen. This is usually where you kind of load up. This is your card database. This is where you can make new decks. You can create new decks for each of those. You can see all your cards. Crafting. You essentially join a guild here. And I know I'm kind of going all over the place, and I apologize. I guess they gave me that. So this is your chat. You can chat with your group. I honestly don't even chat with them. It was just one of the missions that I had to complete, was to join a guild. But if you guys want to play with me, we can definitely build a new guild. This is where you can see decks that people are playing. They can name it. You can look at the cards. Maybe you like something that they're playing. It looks like it refreshes every 23 hours. I don't know why. But essentially, you can look at decks and see which ones you like, which ones you don't like. Maybe give you ideas of cards that you never thought would work together, or you don't know enough and you just want to kind of copy paste the deck. Right here is kind of the store. And I will say that I know I always say in my videos that I don't recommend you guys spending money on an app. I think honestly that's a really bad investment. I had $5 to spare, so I actually bought the bundle. Now it's $9.99 because it's the second time, but there's a $4.99 deal where you get a whole bunch of diamonds. You get 5 packs actually, and you get some coins. So I did that. I opened a couple packs, got some good cards. Again, after you open packs, you do get I guess experience, let's call it, towards the key, which allowed me to unlock new characters. And then yeah. So again, I don't recommend that you do that. You do get a daily deal, so we're gonna claim that right now. We're gonna pay $3,500. Money is pretty easy to get, so I don't mind spending $3,500 here to get a pack. It does give us a reward. We're gonna open the pack in just a moment. But every 200 rubies, let's call it rubies or diamonds, you do get another pack as well. 1,000 for 5 packs and 2,000 for 10 packs. So there's no discount. I wish there would have been a discount here, where if you bought 10 packs, maybe it would be like 1,800 or 1,500 maybe. But you know, if you multiply, if you're good at math, it's the same amount. So it doesn't matter whether you buy 10 packs or 5 packs. It's still 200 per pack. You can also buy with real money gems. Again, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that, guys. Oh, we can buy this. I already have one of those, so I don't care about that. What is this? Oh, that's 25,000. At the start of each player's first turn, add a random multicolor card to their hand. You get a mana gem on each of your turns. Okay, at the start of each player's first turn, add a random multicolor card to their hand. Huh. Interesting. Then this is a Gorm the Great. Trample after Gorm damages your opponent. Add a grudge match to your hand. What's grudge match? Spell, give friendly creatures spell, then choose an enemy creature and they fight. Okay, that's not bad. But I'm not playing green right now. So we're going to open the pack right here, just so you guys can see. It gives us, there is a rare at least guaranteed. Obviously, we got a mythic, which is awesome. And it looks like we got an epic and a mythic. So we'll do the rare first. Hopefully it's a new card. Draconic Transformation. Transform all friendly creatures into random dragons. Replace your deck with 15 random dragons. That is crazy. So this is epic, I think. This it looks like a mythic because it's red. And then let's see what this one is. Oh, see, that's mythic. The purple ones. So this one's Ibn Death. I remember him. Flying Debut. Debut is when you summon it. Summon the strongest creature in any graveyard. So you play him and you get the biggest creature, which is insane. That is a really good card, but it does cost 8. It went really fast, but it gave me 50 points towards the key. Here's where you see your new cards that you got. So those were all kind of new. Oh, I didn't even look at the other ones. I didn't care enough about them. It's kind of Legionnaire, Flying Haste. So it does have some of the keyword abilities if you're familiar with Magic the Gathering, Haste. But then it also has some other weird names like Relentless and Debut. And I don't know what the other ones are. There's a lot of different keywords. There's Finale. Artifacts are really important. I will say maybe play 2 or 3. Each deck does contain 30 cards. I don't know if I said that already. But yeah, that's pretty much the game. I will make a second video kind of showing a couple games. And then on top left, you'll see your level. That's not your rank, but that's your level. And you get a little bit of experience whether you win or lose. You can do standard mode or you can do training. Usually I do recommend that you train a little bit with your deck, especially when you build new decks. For Gideon's Day Out, the first time you play it, it is absolutely free. But you want to have a good deck before starting it. I actually lost my first game for free, and then I had to pay $500. You can play as many times as you want to. You kind of get $800 back. That's pretty much it. That's not $800. 800 coins, sorry. But yeah, so you can train as much as you want to. You still get experience towards your level. When you do those, again, it's good to test your decks out. And then you have, of course, the match, the league, which I'm in bronze right now. And usually every 5 wins does get you a chest. I want to say, yeah, every 5 wins gets you a chest, which the chest contains random cards and materials to craft cards. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. If you found this helpful, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate you guys. And you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.